Well, we have more Christmas from Hunkydory. Actually, we're just beginning the Christmas with Hunkydory. The Little Book of Christmas and Essential Book of Christmas Sentiments for this year. And Heidi has been doing some wonderful things, and I think this is my favorite card that she has made with warmest wishes, as you can see right there. Won't you please come play with us? Well, before we get into her projects, let me just tell you a little bit about the components. And the Little Book of Christmas measures roughly 4 by 6 inches, and there are 120 sheets. They are single-sided. You get 20 designs, and you're going to get 6 of each one. That just makes it really easy. And let me show you. In addition to the, I think, 4 that she used in the projects, here are the other ones. So we'll just show you here. Puppies in the window looking at Santa. And there we go. And a gnome. A little rocking horse, just really sweet. And penguin, aw. And mailing, because these are made in England, so that's why the mailbox looks a little different. We have on the water. We have a little nativity set. And a kitty just doing a snow angel, as you can see. Candles and a peace angel. Little polar bear, mama and baby. And we have a bus with the reindeer on the front. And we have a bear. And we have a horse. And we have a village. And we have some rams. Now there's also a Christmas tree, that darling little snow lady that I showed you at the beginning, and we have some swans. Swans mate for life, so that's a nice piece. We also have a Santa, as you can see. And as I said, you get 6 of each design, so that's going to make the 120. Then in the Essential Book of Christmas Ornaments, now what you get are 4 designs, but you get them in a multitude of colors. So I'm hoping you can see this. They are foiled, they are die cut. This has got Hope Your Christmas Sparkles, a Christmas greeting from across the miles. You're on the nice list, all of this. We've got Christmas wish to both of you, glad tidings, let the festive fun begin, cozy Christmas, hope your Christmas is super sweet, have a holly jolly Christmas. You can see all of these. This, I probably should have picked lighter colors, shouldn't I? Warmest wishes, that was the one that was on the Snow Lady. Jingle all the way, have yours elf, a merry little Christmas. And anyway, they're all different. There are 4 sheets, but look what happens is you get every single one of them in a multitude of colors. So there's a total of 40 sheets. So let me just show you. Here's the one that starts with Season's Greetings. That was the last one I showed you in green, but you're going to get it in red. You're going to get it in brown. You're going to get it in green, which is the color I showed you. You're going to get it in ivory, in tan, in a teal, in a light blue, in a probably kind of a smoke color, in a medium blue, in all of those colors. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. Okay, I guess that's how you get to the 40. So you've got 4 designs in 10 colors each. So that's just going to give you lots and lots of greetings. And that will, I'm sure, do you well. Okay, so that's what's going to be combined today for all of these cards. And let me start with Santa. So in this one, Heidi is using our 5 by 6.5 inch card, and you can see Santa is on the front. Now what she used was to take Santa, and she did trim him down a little bit. So she trimmed from the bottom, just right next to his feet. And she did that because she wanted to do some matting with him. And she is using, to coordinate with him, some of our papers, and this is using the Sparkling Season 12 by 12 patterned, and the Sparkling Season 12 by 12 solid colors. And I'll show you something that's going to happen on the inside. And let's see. Yeah, let me show you that first, okay? No, I think I'll stay here. Sorry. So Santa's on the front. He gets trimmed down, and he's going to get cut in a couple of places because she has layered him with foam tape. So first, the sheet is going to get trimmed, as I said, right next to his boots. And he will get matted onto some of the pattern cardstock, and then again onto the solid green, and then placed attached to the card. But then she went back and then she cut out just the boots and foam taped it. I hope you can see that layering. And then she cut out his whole top and foam taped that. And then she cut out Santa, his arm, and his backpack and put that up with foam tape. And then she also did the stocking and some of the presents here and the presents here. So those all got foam taped in place. Now the sentiments that she used is ho, 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 which seems very appropriate. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yes, that certainly works. Those are also foam taped. And then, of course, knowing Heidi, she is using the bow maker. And this time on the front, now she did use 2 different ribbon sets. So she used the bow maker, of course, with red ribbon on the front. She made the bows and dotted them in place on top of each of the sentiments. Now, to decorate that tree, she played it safe and used the red jewel dazzles. You can see them sparkling on the tree. In fact, she used it several times on the project, so you'll be seeing that again. She also used the red thin line. Now, they don't come separately, I'm sorry to say, but they do come in the primary color, so thin line primary. There are 6 different colors in this sheet. You can see how I've listed them: blue, yellow, brown, green, red, and black. And that is what is making that distinctive little line. And one of our customers calls them tiny but mighty, and I think that's an apt description. So you can see how nicely that works. Now, the other reason why Heidi selected the sparkling season is because what she did on the inside of this card. And look at that. So she chose this sheet and she used this tree. And you can see that she has simply trimmed it close to the bottom, just like she did Santa, and glued it to the inside of the card. And here, she took the green sheet of the sentiments and made the magic of the season fill your heart and home with joy. Now here she used the green ribbon set, made the bow and dotted it in place. And again, she has got the red jewel dazzles that are decorating that tree. And that just worked very nicely. Now there is another tree in the pack. So if you didn't want to buy the 12 by 12 sparkling season, you could certainly use this tree in the inside of this card. So you have a choice there. I just wanted to give you both options, as Heidi did. So that's going to work for you. Okay, so we're going to set Santa aside and we're going to move into our second card. And this is the second card. And once again, Heidi has taken her a little book of Christmas, and she has trimmed this and trimmed it down where she has cut right next to the base of that little container. So she's don't worry about cutting these packages because you're going to fix it later. Okay, so she's going to cut right around them and go over. You can see how that has happened here. She did that because she wanted to really make these stand out, okay? So trim that and then mat it onto, and this is Christmas Past cardstock. This is a solid, it's 12 by 12, and you can see that that is the dark red that she's used, and she simply matted it on there, made it smaller than her card, and her card is 5 by 6.5. And that's just really striking. Now, she did a couple of things with this little book of paper. And she did take a second layer, or second sheet, and cut out the tree all the way around the that little container and going around the presents, and then foam tape that in place. And then she did another one, and let me see if I can, yeah, there you go, I can show you there. So she went around this middle area. Now, don't drive yourself crazy trying to do it perfectly. Just, you know, kind of watch this webisode and just kind of go around that area, okay? And she just went to the lip of the container and then foam tape that in place. Once again, we're going to be using the red jewel dazzles. You know, you just want to keep these out all Christmas season, don't you think? Because you're just going to be using them. They're 540, so I think they'll take you a little while. So we're just going to put those there. She's using 2 of the sentiments. This is To Someone Very Special out of the red sheet. And down here, it's Jingle All the Way, so that's cute. Then the sheets that she used, because she did use 1, 2, 3 sheets, she went back and cut out these white pieces. They're kind of signs, and foam taped those in place also. So that's how she got that card. And then on the inside, very interesting. So she took that tree, cut it in half, and attached it just to more of that same color. In fact, you can just kind of see it sitting there, and glued it right along the right edge. And then she did use a black marker and kind of did squiggles going down, that's a technical term, and then foam taped 3 of the sentiments. This says, let's see, have a fabulous Christmas, glad tidings, and Yuletide wishes. And then, of course, we have the, red jewel dazzles, folks, going down those. So that's very festive and fun. Nothing is foam taped on this side, but just right there. Oh, red jewel dazzles again on the right-hand side. So that just worked very nicely. Okay, so that's our second card. Now we're going to get to my favorite, our sweet little lady. Isn't she pretty? And she is in the teal colors, which I think is a fun color for Christmas. And fortunately, we have some things that are going to coordinate with that quite beautifully. Here is the lady as she comes out of the little book. And what Heidi has done is she has paired her quite appropriate. I think it's the first time we've used teal in a Christmas collection. It's our Christmas floral plaids. And how neat that they work perfectly for her. I'm very pleased with that. And as you can see, there is a plaid in the back of most of these papers. So obviously there's something that's going to work with her, and you can see it right there. And Heidi first took that plaid and cut it to fit just inside this card, which is 5 by 6.5, as you know. And she took the little lady, I call her a snow lady in the directions, and she did trim her about, I think it's a 1/2 inch, and you want to take that off of the bottom here. And then matted her on a gold. Now that gold is out of the coordinating Christmas floral plaid. You can see it right there. Yeah, right there. It's kind of a dark gold and then kind of a warm gold right there. And she did her and matted it and then attached it to the front of the card. So she's just all ready. Now, again, you've got 6 layers, or 6 sheets. So you can take a layer. And notice what she did. She cut out the whole head and then foam taped it in place. And then she cut out the flowers in her bonnet and foam taped those. She cut out part of her neck, her little scarf, and foam taped that, and then these pieces and foam taped them. And then she cut another piece along the bottom and foam taped that. So you just decide what you want to do. Now this time, and I failed to pull it. Oh no, here it is. Oh, okay. She has the gold jewel dazzles. Oh goodness. Well, we've got gold and red. Both of them are going to do well for you. And you can see how they're in the center of the flowers and just decorating all through there. Now, she has Warmest Wishes, and that's been foam taped. And this time she used the 1/8 inch ribbons and tied the ribbon with the bow maker and knotted it right on top of Warmest Wishes. Really pretty. Now let me show you the inside, and this works so well. Look how beautifully this works with the front piece. And this is also out of the Christmas Floral Plaids. It's one of the big cutouts, and there are actually like 6 or 8, I think there's 8 of them. And isn't that pretty? And this is from Our House to Yours at Christmas. And she simply added the gold jewel dazzles into it. And this time a green 1/8 inch ribbon has been foam taped in place. A very nice, oh, and it is matted on that same kind of rusty gold out of the solid set. So there you go, just a beautiful one. Okay, I have one more card for you. And this is the Swan set. And this is an easel card. And the sentiment says Christmas cheer. And this goes just like so. Very pretty. Okay, now in this, you're going to take a regular card and you're going to cut it to be 5 inches square, okay? So our cards are 5 by 6.5 inches, just in case you hadn't heard, and then you're just going to trim it down to be 5 by 5. You're going to place the fold on your left, and then you're going to want to score it from the bottom left to the upper right, okay? And Heidi recommends, and I would agree with her, to use the adorable scoreboard. If you have something else, that's perfectly fine. I like this because it keeps your bone folder intact and you're not going to lose it because it's attached. And you just want to place this and place it like so. And so that you know that it's going to be a perfectly straight score line. And then put this back in. That way you're going to know where it is at all times, okay? Now, she also recommends using, and this is called Christmas Critters. And this is where she got this snowy paper. So let me show you. It has some gold in it, some printed gold in it. And you just trim that to be smaller. So this is 5 inches square. So this is going to be about 4.5 inches square. Then you go ahead and cut that out and then mat it on the metallic gold. And you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch edge. So mat it and then trim it the same thing, bottom left to the upper right. And before you glue it in place, just position it and make sure that it will not go over that score line. If it does, just trim it down in between that diagonal line. You want to make sure that nothing is going over that score line, okay? So that'll take care of it. Then you want to glue those two pieces in place. And then let's see, I think we have to get in closer so that you can see, because she's taken the swans, and while she did trim them down, I'll talk to you that in a minute, can you see the sparkle around the edge? Well, that is white glitter cardstock, and it is just perfect with the swans, don't you think? So the swan sheet looks like this, and obviously she has trimmed it down. And it will tell you that in the directions. And then mat it onto the white glitter. And the white glitter is just going to look as pretty as it does there. Now, when you go to attach this, you're just going to attach the side that's on the right side, okay? Because you want to have this side open so that when you open it like this, it's free, okay? Now, the Christmas cheer, and isn't that a pretty little flag? That's going to get foam taped. The ribbon comes out of the blue ribbon set. Going to get zotted there. And she took the gold jewel dazzles and just has them kind of trailing out, kind of a little flutter there. That's nice. Now on the inside of the card, she has taken the same paper that she used on the front, matted it on the gold, and attached it on the inside. Sorry for that. So we have our stars matted on the gold again, just attached inside, glue in place. And then this is the sentiment that she used. Notice it's at the bottom right corner. May the magic of the season fill your heart and home with joy. That's very nice. Another blue ribbon knotted in place. And this is 2 layers of foam tape. And she did that because with an easel card, you want to be sure that that's going to really hold your front in place. And that certainly does. And you'll notice that this color matches the one on the front of the card. And I love how she has just scattered those dazzles. I almost think that that means something. I'm not sure. Heidi didn't tell me. I'm not sure if that is a cluster of stars that represent something or just a really pretty design. But either way, it looks very, very nice. And that's exactly what you do with an easel card. And doesn't that look good as it's just sitting up? Okay, good job, Heidi. And that takes care of our last card. So we have all of those to go with our collection, and they are together in our Money Saver, which, as you know, is on the right-hand side of your screen. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, we would love it if you would leave any comment you have. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And then if you will also subscribe to the YouTube channel, that helps our ratings, and that is something we enjoy, having you help us. And then head on over to paperwishes.com. That's the only place that you'll be able to buy these products that I've shown you. And you'll also can see down below, you can see the cards that I've shown you, and you can click on them and you'll see the written instructions. So sometimes that's very helpful. So that's what I have to share with you. And I want to thank Heidi for doing just a lovely job with the projects and giving us some other ideas of what you can do with these. Certainly with 120 of these images, and let me see, usually they tell me how many sentiments are on here. Oh, 620 people, 620 sentiments. So you have a lot to work with and a lot to say exactly what's in your heart this Christmas season. Okay, I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you most of all for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you again. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow.